Welcome back to Cryptos Are Us. I'm George. We're all George. So today, let's talk about what's coming next for Bitcoin, because I believe it's going to be explosive. So let's talk about what happened yesterday and what is happening right now and what's about to come. So let's talk about all these things and more. Let's do it. Welcome, guys. Happy Saturday. Bitcoin is still looking pretty darn good. Yesterday, we were a little bit higher. We hit 38.4. You could see that's where we went. But right now, not so shabby. 37.7, 37.8. We're slowly trending upwards. So even though we had some excitement yesterday, I think it's about to get more exciting. So, I mean, right now, Bitcoin is holding very steadily. We're just building momentum at this point, okay? Slow and steady growth. There's no other way to put it. I mean, just look at this. Just look at how Bitcoin has been within the last month, just been going upwards and upwards and upwards. Despite the volatility like this and like this and like this, we're still trending upwards. We're still making new lows, higher lows, I should say, not new lows, new higher lows, and forming new higher highs. And it's just a matter of time before we break out once again to 39,000 toward 40,000. That could be right around the corner. And the overall market cap is looking pretty darn good too. 1.44, a little bit lower than this yesterday at 1.45. But overall, the entire sector, everything is moving upwards as it should right around now. But you know what? What comes next is going to be even more explosive. That's the thing. So let's get to it. Everything, like I said, everything that's involved with Bitcoin right now is looking absolutely fantastic. Even stocks. Okay, I know a lot of you guys are not stock traders or holders, but you know what? You got like Coinbase now going to not only the yearly high, but like going all the way back to a year and a half or so. Coinbase stock is skyrocketing. Obviously, a lot of enthusiasm over spot Bitcoin ETFs. Coinbase is the de facto exchange in the U.S. They're going to be the surveillance partner and the custodian for all these spot ETFs. And not only that, all the big companies, they own a lot of Coinbase shares. So Coinbase is doing very, very, very well right now. And Microstrategy hits 2-year high. Michael Saylor is just getting richer by the day. All the DCAing he's been doing is making him a ton of money. So he's proving that DCA works, even on a much grander scale than I'm showing it at. He's playing with billions, and even then, it's working, right? So, of course, people are loading up MicroStrategy stock as well. So basically everything, and even a lot of the mining stocks, they are also doing very, very well at this point, okay? Of course, so is Bitcoin and so is everything else, right? So this is what I had in my thumbnail. It's very, very self-explanatory, okay? Broken down by Plan B. Basically, you have 4 colors. You have the green. It's kind of the opposite. You would figure the green would be like the red, because the green represents the low point, the bear market, okay, capitulation stage. Then you have the recovery stage, which is the pre-bull, which is the yellow. And you can see, as good as it's been so far, we're still in the pre-bull, okay? We're nowhere close of getting out of it and going into the bull market, although I take that back. When I say we're nowhere close, we're actually pretty darn close. I would say after the halving event, that's when it starts, right? And that leads us to the promised land. And then we, of course, we have the pre-bear, which is us falling from the top, right? But this time around, we may have a different cycle. The pre-bear may not be as drastic, and the bear market may not be drastic overall because of all the institutions. Because once they get in and they put in their trillions, are we really going to see another 70-something plus % drop for Bitcoin? I don't know. Maybe we don't. Maybe we only see like a 40% drop or a 50% drop, and then we just keep on going and it becomes a super cycle from there on out. So maybe this time is different. But then it's also dangerous to say this time will be different, right? So I guess we just have to see. But with all the institutional money coming in and BlackRocks and Fidelities and the Vanguards of the world, once they get their hands in, it's really hard to see them letting go, right? Because they're already trying to play catch up right now. Retail has been leading the space, and now they want to jump in. So it's just hard to see that they're going to loosen their grips after they come in. But anyways, what this is showing is, yeah, we're still in the pre-bull. We're nowhere close to the peak of this cycle. So imagine that as we're getting closer and closer to 40,000. And then once we hit there, you know what? We still have not started. That's the exciting thing about this. Now, short term is what it looks like. Okay, it looks very, very similar to the last cycle when we had like a bottom out event. Okay, and then we get back to a previous support level, and then we break out. I know it's a lot of lines, but just look at the square box and you'll see what this trader is talking about, right? Basically, there's this like box, this channel where Bitcoin is stuck in, then we break through, and then we break above, and then what happens afterwards? We break upwards. That's what's looking like right now. Shorter time frame, but if you want to go longer time frame, this is what it's looking like. Okay, if you go back years, yeah, this is exactly what it looks like. Like we're at the same, using this indicator on a monthly scale, the on balance volume, showing that we are breaking out just like before, and yes, we are going to head higher. So I mean, all of these, I could show these all day, every day. You guys know this, but it's good to look at anyways, and good to picture and imagine where Bitcoin will be by the end of the cycle. 2012, 2016, 2020, and what's going to happen in 2024 after the halving event, right? So if you were to make an educated guess, what do you think is going to happen next? So put two and two together. You'll know. This is like an IQ test, right? What comes next? And here's the funny thing. At the very beginning, you got Hal Finney, which is one of the original like architects. I mean, people say Hal and David and maybe Craig Wright, they're Satoshi. They created together, but Hal has been an instrumental figure in the space. A lot of people think that he is Satoshi, but anyways, he made a lot of threads. It's not tweets, like actual, forum posts or threads where he predicted years ago at the very beginning that one day Bitcoin could reach $10 million, right? Back then, just like fantasy world, okay? When Bitcoin just came out, no one in hell actually believed that it would go to 10 million, right? And even today, it sounds so silly. Can Bitcoin go to 10 million? No, that you're talking fantasy, right? There's no way it can happen at 37,000 or 38,000. But just wait. Wait until we hit 200,000. Wait until we get to 1 million, and then this 10 million figure will not seem so silly. It could happen within our lifetimes. Maybe not 2 cycles, maybe not 4 cycles, maybe like 6 cycles, 10 cycles, right? It could happen. So it's kind of crazy to think about that these guys started something, back in 2010, and look at where it is now, only 13 years later. But imagine another 13 years, right? Or 26 years, whatever it may be. I mean, Bitcoin is still that early. That's the thing. I mean, in terms of adoption level, if you look at those S adoption curves, 13 years is nothing. It took the internet and mobile way longer to get global adoption, right? Moving on, I think this is kind of funny. Christine Lagarde, her son lost 60% of his crypto investments, right? So, I mean, this is pretty normal. If you hold from the top all the way to the bottom. 60% is actually pretty good. Some people lost more than that, 70, 80. But the thing is, this is unrealized gains. But of course, Christine uses this as an example. Like, oh, I warned him. You know, this is how volatile and dangerous crypto can be. Right? I just find this is kind of funny. But, you know, the young generation, the younger generation, they're all into crypto. They might not understand what crypto's about. And, you know, here's the thing. I don't know anything about her son, but if her son is just basically holding, DCAing, right, he's going to get back to the green like most of you guys. It's not going to change. But, you know, it's always, when you, like, pick and choose, like, the worst points, of course, it sounds bad, especially during Thanksgiving dinner. Well, this Thanksgiving dinner was probably pretty good for most of you guys because Bitcoin is, you know, way higher than it was yet last Thanksgiving. But, you know, the naysayers will always pick and choose the bottom points. Like, look at him. He's down 60%. Right? Wait until he's up 600%. You think Christine Lagarde is going to point out, oh, my son made 600% off his crypto. No, she'll never report that. She'll never, ever report that. She'll only report like, oh, yeah, he's down. You know, see, I'm right. You know, that's the thing. There are some people that just refuse to believe. I don't know. Unless her son is a degen and he just lost it all on Pepe or something like that. That's a different story. But, you know, if he's just new to the space and simply just held from the top, right, and he's down, that's okay. What he needs to do is DCA. Just DCA. Like I've been telling you guys, you just DCA and it's going to be just fine. All right. Now, what else is there? I saw Square Enix is going to launch their first ETH NFT game, Symbiogenesis, and this is actually on top of ETH, which is crazy because these days you don't really hear about any game makers trying to launch on ETH. They launch on Solana or I don't know, Avalanche or Immutable X. You know, they launch on one of the more faster chains out there with no congestion problems, right? So this is kind of strange. Now they are the ones behind Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts. So some of you guys know them, but I don't know what this NFT game is, okay? But it's going to start. It's going to start in 2 days. The auction process will start November 27th, so we'll see. Maybe this is going to congest Ethereum like crazy again once it comes out. But again, this kind of shows you how early we are. There's a lot of game makers, especially game studios, that are coming aboard right now. They're trying to come out with new games. They're kind of like, you know, dipping their toes and getting their feet wet, so to speak. They're not launching like a crazy $1 billion plus AAA game. They're doing small little things just to get their feet wet, and then they're going to come in, you know, 100%. But there are a lot of developers that are coming in, building their own game and so forth. And that's also pretty exciting too. So it's still very early. We definitely need more of this to happen to draw mass adoption to the space. Ethereum whales also go on a 9-day accumulation spree. Does that mean an ETH price rally is incoming? Well, ETH has been getting a little bit stronger. That's for sure. Ethereum was above 2100. It struggled really hard in the 1900s. It struggled really hard to break 2000. Right now it broke above. Now it's heading up. It's gaining a little strength. You can see last 7 days, double the performance of Bitcoin. Last 30 days, yeah, it's not double, but you know, it's almost doubled of Bitcoin. So Ethereum has started to gain strength. I told you guys this. A lot of people overlook Ethereum because it's been stagnant and they think it's too big and it's too slow and this and that. But Ethereum also goes through these phases where they get crazily pumped too after being so stagnant. So this may be an indicator that something's about to happen. When these whales are loading up on ETH, you know, there could be something brewing behind the scenes. Just FYI. What else is there? Solana DEX volume, overall chain volume, inflows from the institutional investors are all pretty amazing right now. You could see they haven't had DEX volume like this since going all the way back to 2021, right? So, and there's a lot of people that's really coming to Solana's like bandwagon, so to speak. Even Kathy Wood, when asked about what do you like outside of Bitcoin and Ethereum, first thing she said was Solana, right? So there's a lot of things going on in Solana right now, which is why they actually been very, very strong. Look at them. They're pressed right behind XRP. They moved even above USDC now. And they are right there, okay? So XRP Army, don't know where you are. XRP Army, you got to represent, okay? XRP has been just really, I mean, just trailing behind for some reason, right? And if they keep trailing behind, Solana's going to surpass XRP. Not only that, might even surpass BNB, because BNB is awfully close too now. So, yeah, just to throw that out there. All right, that's pretty much it. Bitcoin is still trending upwards. That's fantastic. Nothing has changed there. Check some of my degen leverage plays on BingX here. Let's see. Oh, it signed me out. All right, I gotta sign in before I can show you guys. All right, let's do some Q&A. Let me see if I can sign in real quick. Hold on. All right, back in action. Signed in, let's see. Still pretty good. Solana now is above 100%. Maybe I should, you know, take some profits there. So Matic went down a little bit, 49%. ADA still doing good, about 84%. Solana, 104. Avalanche still a little weak. They haven't recovered, but then again, this is a 5x instead of a 10x. So otherwise, it would be at 30-something, 40%. And Bitcoin is still at plus 91% and looking better every single day. Looking pretty good. All right. Let's do Q&A. All right, let's see. Scrolling up. Pokemon Jack asked, is Dot solid or should I move it to Link or Avalanche? I personally like Avalanche a lot more than Polkadot. So Pokemon Jack, you take that however you want. Pat Welch, new George, new member of this channel. Welcome. Eli asks, I don't think people understand how cheap Bitcoin is. Each sat is less than 1 penny. Stacking sats and hodling is easy. You just have to DCA. Eli, that's exactly right. People don't understand. People won't understand most people won't understand until it's too late. I would argue those that watch me regularly, you guys do understand. But, you know, vast majority of the world do not, and that's okay because that's going to benefit you. Because if the whole world understood that, Bitcoin would be like at, you know, $30 million each already. So it's good that they don't understand, right? But I'm here to help educate. Plaz 8, ADA to 150 by June of 2024. June 2024, I think that's when things really start exploding. So ADA to 150. Yeah, it could happen. You know, like a 5x, 4x from here. It could. Off chance. I would say it's more likely to be like around $1-ish then, but you know, it could go a little bit higher or lower. Eye of the Beholder, Illumia Man, Strap. Shrapnel, you know, looks like a really cool new game. Illuvium also looks, I mean, Illuvium might have some history there, but, you know, Illuvium is about to get launched on Epic Games Store, so they've been doing well. So if their game is as good as they've been claiming over the years, then it could be absolutely fantastic. Shrapnel is a new game that came out that's on Avalanche. I don't know if they're actually out yet, but they do look quite amazing. So I don't know if they're out. Yeah, probably not. But I've seen some like gameplay of this, and it looks like a AAA game, right? So if it comes out soon, which I don't know if that's anytime this year or next year, but see, these are all just like graphics. But like, you know, if you watch the gameplay of this, is actually like amazing stuff. So could be a good game, but again, I don't know. At 45 million, it wouldn't be bad to I guess load up a little bit, take a risk. You know, the rewards may be worth it. I don't know about Illuvium though. I don't know. Maybe this is their time to shine. It could be their time to shine, but been waiting years upon years. Just, you know, the game never comes out, you know, but they're still sub 1 billion, which gives them room to grow. So we'll see. Nexa. I feel like I've seen this before. Well, first of all, looking at a circulating supply, it's horrible. And second of all, looking at all these decimal points, horrible too. Only 10% have been released, which means it's already a fully diluted market cap of 365 million. So that, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know anything about this project, in fact. The most scalable layer 1 blockchain ever built. It can handle over 10 billion transactions, blah, 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 blah. No. Did I degen CZ? Did someone come out with a CZ? Hopefully no one came out with a CZ coin, but it sounds like they did. Let's go to that. Oh, there's a CZ coin. Under 4 million market cap. Yeah, this one's not going to end well. This one is going to dump hard for sure. Listen, if you guys want, I actually prepared. If you guys want to know, people always ask me, where is some of like your small cap plays? You know, where are some small caps that I look at? You know, right now I feel like small caps are just it's too early. But I do recognize a lot of smaller caps are gaining strength. They're not dumping like before, like crazily. Okay, so a lot of them are holding. And some of these meme coins are actually doing quite well. Right, so I got to recognize that, but overall, it's still Wild West. These new ones that come out randomly, like a new Pepe here or a truck, whatever, those are all money grabs. They will dump. Most of them will dump on you, dump on your heads right away. But there are a few small ones that I'm associated with that I'm either advisor for or I have invested in. So just disclosure. But there are a few that I'm still working with and eyeing. For example, I'll tell you, one project that I've been on and off with, have a love and hate relationship, is DeFi Kingdoms. I've gotten really close with Dreamer and the rest of the team, and I understand their new vision now. So they're finally turning themselves into a game and not just a DeFi play. Some argue maybe a little too late, but we'll see with the bull market coming. They can turn themselves around. So I'm going to help them do that. And also they're coming out with a new swap called Mythic Swap that I'm really excited about. So they're actually sub 10 million right now in terms of Jewel. They have 3 tokens, but their main token, Jewel, is sub 10 million. Okay, they used to be at 1+ billion. Okay, so that's a long way to go. I'm not sure they could go all the way to the top, but I do think if they execute, and I know Dreamer and team, they are not stopping. If they continue to execute in a bull run, they could come back in a big way. So that's number one. They're sub 10 million, just to let you guys know. Another one that I'm associated with from the next crypto gem is called Wagm Games. And a lot of you guys have heard them. Scott Herman, he's been all over social media. So they're like a new Web3 mobile game. So pretty promising. They have lore and story and everything that's involved. And knowing Scott, he's go push and push and push and push. A lot of you guys know him. He's a big fitness guy, but he does a lot of spaces, a lot of interviews and stuff like that. So I'm also advisor for this project as well, hoping to get them off the ground. And, you know, and I met them through the next crypto gem. So they're relatively small. Their market cap right here, about 31 million, right? So pretty small too. So they have a big upside. Another one, Amino Rewards, also pretty small, 21 million. They just launched recently. If you're into like fitness, move to earn, shopping, that's what they're about. So there's been projects like that before, but they force you to buy silly NFTs and stuff like that. You know, this one doesn't. Amino, they're already huge. I know the founder very well, Drew, and he's a very serious guy. So he made partnership with the 49ers already, which is a big deal to get into the NFL, but also he's just promoting the hell out of this right now, getting people to get fit with his app and earn Amino tokens. And also he's partnered up with some meme coins like Floki and Super Doge. So you can actually get rewarded in both of those soon rather than Amino. So very promising, but also 21 million market cap. So these are some smaller ones that I'm mentioning because people always ask me about like, what are some small caps or micro caps, right? I actually do think these 3 have a lot of potential. So just to throw that out there, rather than try to get into CZ or Truck or the PEP3 Pepe. You know, these are all randomness, just pump and dumps, which you can make money on. But there are a lot of legit projects that are still relatively small that, you know, are worth holding on to. All right, let's see if I missed anything. Leon asked about HyperChain X. Never heard of HyperChain X. What are your thoughts on Samoyoid coin? Again, I have no idea what that is. Is that like a new meme coin or something? Samot. Yeah, I have no idea. Wait, did I spell that wrong? Okay, I'm not even gonna look at it. I can't even type it. I can't even pronounce it either. What happened to Georgia NFT? They're still around. People that have NFTs, especially the one-on-one ones, can attend any of my gatherings, networking events and parties for free, basically for life. And that's a lot. There's a lot of them coming. So they're still existing. They're still out there. VeChain. Meme is legit and small. It's not small anymore. Hurry up, shrimp. You've been shilling meme for a while, but they're like 200 million. But of course, I guess 200 million for a meme is quite small. The new CEO of FTX said FTX US can reboot 3 times now. Gensler said it could reboot just recently. Are they telling us FTX is going to reboot? Yes, they are. Which is why FTT tokens have been flying up, which is stupid. It's stupid. You know that Gary's not going to allow this to exist. If FTX reboots, they will destroy this token. They're not going to allow it to exist. So people that are trading it right now, thinking that it's going to turn out to be something, just watch out. This is either going to be disowned and somehow become, I don't know, open source project, which makes no sense because it has no chain or anything. It's just a token. Or it's going to be like just eliminated. In my hero, I have the one on one George XRP NFT. Congrats. When I released it, people did not like it because back then, people really hated me egging on the XRP army. But hey, you know, it has benefits. And I still want to invite Brad Garlinghouse to a future event. Bonk could be the next Shiba Inu. You know, I thought myself that maybe I would buy some Bonk, to be honest, because I do think that if Solana gets very, 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 very strong, then of course the strongest meme coin, you know, will benefit from that. So, but they're, again, just like the other meme coin, they're already 231 million. So, you know, most of the gains are gone. Even if they do a, you know, 3x, 4x, they're at $1 billion. But, you know, for memes, you're supposed to make like 100x or 1,000x. That's what people aim for. Like when I talk about a 10x with Bitcoin and Ethereum or Solana, like there's so many people that's like, 10x, that's child's play. You know, that's nothing. I'm looking for 100x. I just laugh at that sometimes. I'm not going to look at that Samoid coin. I'm sorry, man. No matter how many $2 super chats you send. It just sounds stupid. But why do we need ADA? Why do we need anything? Competition. If nothing else, it makes others work harder just because it exists. Anything named meme is a meme coin, no matter what they say. Do you think what happened with CZ will affect the ETF approval in January? I think it'll affect it in a positive way. That's the whole thing. This is the whole reason why it happened. Because I feel like there were a lot of power brokers behind the scenes that want like CZ and Binance kind of out of the way, so to speak, at least fully in the US, so spot Bitcoin ETFs could come out. And then the power goes to all these people that are already pulling the strings, right? And I think Coinbase will be a big benefactor, for sure. Coinbase is going to be a big benefactor. Phil says, you'll make more money 10x than chasing out 100x. That's 100% true. That's why a lot of people, you know, they get annoyed when they're like, oh, George, you seem like you always talk about the same projects. Well, it's because these are projects I know. I know how high they were in 2021, and they're still like 10x off from that. And that's just to get back to their previous high. So, you know, what's wrong with what already is there with the biggest adoption, with the biggest users, the biggest transactions, right? The biggest bag holders. You know, sometimes you just go with what's there. You don't always have to go with something new. Now, of course, every cycle there are new things that come out, okay? And, you know, some of them are promising. But a lot of these are quite perfectly fine the way they are. You don't need to get into something new all the time, right? I think that's the problem. I think new people coming in, or at least a lot of new people, they look at this and they're like, oh, you know, these are already so big. I need to find the next 100 or 1,000x because I only got $200 I want to put in. And I want to turn $200 into $2 million, right? That's like one in a million chance for that to happen. But if you DCA over the years and you recognize that, okay, I'm not going to turn $200 into $2 million in this cycle, but I could turn the $200 and maybe 20,000 this cycle, then I waited out that 20,000 could hit $2 million the next cycle, right? Maybe take it in stages and don't aim for the moon right away. All right, guys, I got to go. I'll let you have your Saturday back. Overall today, still looking good. We're a little bit lower than yesterday, but still trending upwards. So it's looking pretty darn good. Stay strong, my friends. We are barely into this new cycle. Just wait until 2025. That's when it'll get really exciting. But the explosiveness could be right around the corner. All right. Smash it a like, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys on Monday. But look out for my Sunday walk video, which is coming up tomorrow. All right. Have a good one.